Oprah Winfrey once said that if you have to be successful in your life, then you have to be the highest degree of self-reflection of yourself. Now my story practically began 21 years ago when I defeated millions of sperms and then came to life. That was my first achievement. And then living and surviving in this world where every second is a massive battle is my second greatest achievement. And if you are listening to this video, then congratulations, because it pretty much sums up that you are alive and we both made it. Now when we talk about success story, I don't think or I don't justify calling it as a success story. I basically call it the story of struggles which eventually leads you to success by taking one step at a time, which leads to another, and the ladder is never ending. We basically quit this game when we die. So in the meantime where we are living, it's our duty to take on opportunities, to carry out our work and to go forward with it. Now speaking of myself, or speaking of me, greetings to one and all present here. I'm Karan Pareek and welcome to my story. Whether it's a story of struggle or a story of success, you can decide that at the end of this video. I am born into a Marwadi Brahmin family. That means leave the non-veg ahead, I can't even crack non-veg jokes. But what is granted by this thing is that my family has helped me in owning my decisions and being a man that I am today. Now, since I was a little kid, I was always traveling for studies here and there, which pretty much helped me to gain access to the knowledge of the world and to meet people of different castes, system, religion, which gave me a wider perspective towards my life. Now when I passed 12th, as I guess most of you, then there was this big question on my mind in landing, what should I do? Whether should I go for commerce, art, science or whatever. So I committed a mistake that I guess most of us did, is to do engineering. And now which I don't regret after surviving 4 years into it, but then it's just something which makes you do things because you're not certain about what to do next. I still imagine my first year, being the lonely boy into the crowd, going nowhere and then taking those small steps towards the big dream. And in that mean process, I somewhere realized that this place is just not for me. And in few months, or let's say in 20 days, I will be graduating. And when I look back, I laugh at all of those decisions, whether being crazy nerd about computer science or fighting behind that IIT degree. It just looks like I was running into a herd. But then came a time when I finally found myself and what I wanted to do in my life, what we call it as the highest degree of self-reflection. From childhood, I must say it like that, I always loved the stage and the idea of performing on it. The presentation part, the public speaking part, meeting new people, talking it out and every bit of it. So this flyer came to my college, G.H. Raisoni College of Engineering, where I was studying, by saying that university level debate competition. And I thought, let's just go, give it a try. You love the stage. What could happen the worst? You won't win. So I prepared a very shitty speech and I still remember the topic. It was on demonetization. I go there wearing my blazer, all full suited up. I go and I win. Not to mention the cash prize though. And I thought, wow, that's great. And I liked it. All of the attention, the pictures, putting it on social media, talking it to people, then people running into me and saying, oh, you were great, I love that speech, vagara, vagara, XYZ. And then I said, okay, let's be the Britney Spears, let's do it one more time. And I said, oops, I did it again. So I go to another competition, another. And then in that meanwhile, if I see now, I did more than 200 public speaking competitions, which involves debate, elocution, presentation, speech, case study and whatever. I did lose many a times, but then the graph of winning those competitions was much more. Then I was experimenting that I love presentation, I love public speaking, then why shouldn't I explore many other options? So what I did, I kept the presentation part into the center, and then I was exploring different fields. I did radio, I did a fashion show, yes, I love fashion too. Then I did a musical, all about acting, drama, and every part of it. And then something came into my life which resulted as a blessing, called the Toastmasters Club. Came into my college by the name of Brio Toastmasters Club, and I had the privilege of serving it as the very first president, which gave me an insight that I wasn't only good at public speaking, but then I could manage things as well. I could lead people and I could inspire them to be the better version of themselves. Then in this entire journey came my 4th year, and I said, there was some part of me which was saying, no, you can do good in technology, you can do good in software. And then this thing came into my college for internship hunt, the company Tech Mahindra, and I landed a position there as a software intern. So I go to the company, and first of all, before telling this story, I would like to state that I don't have any personal grudge against Tech Mahindra. This is my just personal experience of being an intern there. So I go, and every day I thought to myself, today you'll learn something good, today you'll do something good, but trust me, every day was like a misery, because I did not enjoy the process at all. And at the end of my internship, I thought, okay, this place is just not made for me. And sometimes you have to do things to tell yourself that you don't like it. That's why I dated an ex-girlfriend. And keeping that perspective into the picture, you know what? I have found the highest degree of self-reflection of myself. And that was being into the public domain, doing public speaking, presentation, debates, and just helping other people out. So then I started looking at the career perspective of it. Then I finally thought I could do good in media, public relations, communications, and all the stuff like that, which involves me speaking to the public and speaking to the masses. Now, there's one thing behind every success story what we look at. There should be something that we should be able to resonate with. Now, I am somebody who has dealt with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. There have been times where I thought I should just go kill myself. I'm not good enough. And I have been put into endless situations where I have to prove myself to the world. Now, it happens with everybody. Trust me, it happens with everybody. There's no part such like this कि मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ या मैं कुछ बहुत अच्छा कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे ऐसे या फिर मेरे लाइफ में ऐसे पार्ट नहीं है जिनको मैं लोगों को नहीं बताना चाहता. It is just something you see. If you want to see at somebody as your inspiration or as a leader, it's better to focus at his or her struggle, his or her good part rather than the bad part. So then it comes to idol, or then it comes to people that you look up to. I look up to 2 beautiful, amazing women, Indira Gandhi and Jennifer Lopez. Trust me, they live by my heart, and I adore them a lot, and they teach me many things. Now it comes to the process of finding your self-reflection. Sab bolte hai ki be yourself. Then nobody tells you how to be yourself. I'm going to give you 3 tips that I did, and preferably I am in a good place as of now. Number 1, I call it the buffet dish, or I call it the buffet theory. You go into a wedding and then you see tons of dishes in front of you. What do you do? You go pick up a plate, you put those dishes on your plate and you eat. And then when you go home and you talk to your parents कि वो शादी में खाने में क्या ज़्यादा अच्छा था, then you end up telling them about the dish that you ate the most, क्योंकि वो तुम्हें ज़्यादा अच्छी लगी. So apply that same principle into your life. Try out many things. Try out tons of things. You ask me, you name a thing, I've done it. I've been on TV, I've been on radio, I have done, campaigns, I have been to public speaking, musical, fashion show, Toastmasters, each and everything. And then I got my calling. So I know it can be a long process, but then you have to trust yourself at this. Number 2 is to attach yourself with good people from the same industry who can uplift you. If you want to become an IAS in your life, you won't find those techie nerds, or you won't find those studious boys at a club. You have to basically go to the library to find them. So that's what you do. Find people that can uplift you, find people that you can trust and build a network around. And number 3 is to just go on taking those opportunities into your hand. Trust me, I have done more than 250 stage presences or appearances, but whenever I am about to do the next one, I still feel the same amount of zeal, same amount of enthusiasm, and the same amount of energy that I felt when I did it for the very first time. So it never comes in the hand just like this. You have to literally work your ASS off for it. Now basically, if I have to sum this thing up and close this thing up, I would like to tell you that trust your gut. There is no science in this world which proves that your gut is always right, but then you have to just give it a try. India got her freedom in the year 1947, but most of us still live in the jail of what people will say or what society will say. That not only boxes us as humans, it also boxes our creativity, our imagination. And when all of this happens, we end up regretting most of our decisions. Now, I am about to graduate by saying engineer Karan Pareek in the field of computer science and engineering and technology. But I don't look at it as a regret or a bad decision, because that process initially taught me what I love the most and what should I be doing the next. So pretty much sums that you have to be thankful for it. And that's it. And I guess, will you ask me the next question, कि अब तुम आगे क्या कर रहे हो? It's coronavirus. I'm staying home and protecting myself and living, because 2020 has gone to the dogs. Protecting yourself and staying alive is the least you can do as of now. But then I've taken up a break, not a break, just an year to explore more things around and work in my domain, the media industry. I'll figure more things out. Then I have my PG in the field of mass communications for public relations and advertisement. Now that's sort of a future plan, but as of now I'm doing good, happy, alive and healthy. And I'm so thankful for EduRead that they gave me an opportunity to reach out to the most of you and to help you in whatever way possible. Now I have this privilege of reaching to the masses and connecting with them at a personal level. So I feel it's a blessing to me. But then कुछ ऐसी भी चीजें हैं जो कि मेरे life में है, what we call it as a dig in the past. And then there are people who try to box you. Now this is the last thing that I want to cover up in this video, is that they say being cool has a different definition. If you don't wear those cracked jeans and have that cool hairstyle, you're not cool enough. Go check my Instagram handle at @theKaran and you'll find what being cool actually means. So be yourself, try to find the highest degree of self-reflection of yourself, and that's it. And I have found my highest degree of self-reflection. Whether I will be successful or not, I will have to just test it. And how will that happen? I guess I will just have to try it out. So Oprah Winfrey, if I do, I will for sure let you know. Thank you everybody, and hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. Thank you everyone. Stay safe. Namaskar.